Dear audience, welcome to our progress report. Let me talk about my PhD, which is titled under Assisted Reproductive Technology. Total fertilization failure happens in every 4 to 7% of in vitro fertilization and 3 to 5% of intracytoplasmic sperm injection cycles in women undergoing assisted reproduction. There are several different etiologies behind this phenomenon, and one of these etiologies is oocyte gene mutations. Based on our findings, we conclude that having certain oocyte gene mutations, such as TUBB8, PATL2, and WEE2, increase the rate of total fertilization failure, even up to 68% in women undergoing assisted reproduction, compared to women who aren't carriers for these mutations. In case a woman tests positive for these mutations, they should be informed about these high rates of total fertilization failure and further informed about other options such as oocyte donation and adoption in case they want to have a child. We need more direct comparison studies which assess oocyte gene mutations and assisted reproduction outcomes in the literature. Unfortunately, genetic testing for infertility is done quite late after many unsuccessful cycles of assisted reproduction. So it is worth considering doing these genetic testings even before starting this journey, and even publicly fund it to make it easier for couples to get it. My name is Begüm Kepkep. I'm a medical doctor and a first-year PhD student. I started my PhD with a vision of decreased psychological burden on couples during assisted reproduction. And to meet my vision, I have a mission to find a safe and effective technique to increase the success of assisted reproduction. We have two ongoing projects. They both started in fall of 2024. We have a common background for both of our projects. Infertility is becoming a global issue, which approximately affects 15% of couples. Assisted reproductive technology is being used as therapy for these couples who are facing infertility. However, certain couples can't even conceive with the help of ART due to a phenomenon so-called as total fertilization failure. This phenomenon occurs in every 5 to 10% of ART cycles. We talk about total fertilization failure, but what is this event? TFF means that all the oocytes which have been inseminated in one cycle has failed to get fertilized. Let me talk about my first project, investigating the effect of oocyte gene mutations on fertility outcomes during assisted reproductive technology. As we talked about total fertilization failure, let's talk about the possible etiology of oocyte gene mutations. Adequate oocyte maturation is the prerequisite for fertilization. Therefore, inadequate maturation caused by these mutations result in fertilization failure. And our aim in our project to conduct a research which investigates the relationship between oocyte gene mutations and total fertilization failure. And we would like to create a genetic panel according to our results. Our clinical question is, does having certain oocyte gene mutations increase the risk of TFF and result in lower fertility rates? In this project, we are using a PECO framework, in which the population is women undergoing assisted reproduction, our exposure is women who have oocyte gene mutations, our comparator is no mutation, our primary outcome is total fertilization failure, and our secondary outcome is fertility rates. We hypothesize that having certain oocyte gene mutations increase the risk of total fertilization failure and result in lower fertility rates. Our clinical and research implication is creating a genetic panel according to the results we find. We have a search key consisting of two domains. The first domain refers to the population, and the second domain refers to the outcome. We started our journey with over 11,000 articles, and after the selection process, we had 170 articles. And with the help of citation chasing, we added 78 more articles to our research. Let me talk about the first figure. This figure is a summary plot which shows the outcome of total fertilization failure, and it uses the unit of proportion, which lies between 0 and 1. 0 meaning no event of total fertilization failure occurring, and 1 meaning this event occurring. On the left-hand side of the table, you can see the different types of oocyte gene mutations. We group these mutations according to their effects, low, medium, and high, on the occurrence of total fertilization failure. Let's dig deeper. We have an example from the high effect group, which is the mutation so-called WEE2. In this table, or plot, you can see again the outcome of total fertilization failure and the pooled proportion of 68%, which means that carriers of WEE2 mutations have a rate of 68% getting total fertilization failure. In comparison, we have this table, or plot, which shows the non-mutated population. And in this case, you can see the rate of 0.09, which is fairly low compared to the mutated population. So, our progress in our first project is we're done with the figures and tables, and we're currently in the manuscript writing phase. Let's stick to the second topic, investigating the effect of sperm gene mutations on fertility outcomes during assisted reproduction. We talked about the oocyte part of fertilization, but we also have to consider the sperm part of the fertilization. So total fertilization failure can be caused by sperm mutations as well, such as PLCZ1, ACTL7A, and ISUMO1 genes. And in this case, our aim is to conduct a research which investigates the relationship between sperm gene mutations and total fertilization failure. Clinical question and PECO framework is quite similar to the first one. The only difference is the exposure this time is the sperm gene mutations. So in summary, we have still 2 ongoing projects, and our aim is to submit the first one in October 2025 and the second one in March 2026. I would like to end my presentation with a quote from Albert Einstein. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much. It's a nice beginning. I think I have one recommendation, that not speak about the sperm mutation, because you are not investigating separate sperm, but it's coming from the blood of the father, so you can speak about sperm malformation, associated mutation, or something like that. I'm recommending in the next lecture of you. Thank you.
Hi, nice presentation. My question would be for the first project, that will you consider any confounding factors for these gene mutations, like maternal age or diseases or anything else, like only the gene mutations you consider, or other confounding factors too? That's the question. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. So for the mutated population, the only given data for us is the age and the oocyte gene mutation. There's no other diseases in the background. But in the non-mutated population, of course, there is. I mean, there's a problem so that they are taking assisted reproduction therapy as an option. And we can do a subgroup analysis based on the different diseases of women, but I don't think it is important for our project, because we are trying to compare the non-mutated to the mutated, not the diseases to each other. So,
hi, congrats.
Thank you.
My question is, do you think these mutations are across all cells for the oocytes or the first sperm, or is it just a random occurrence in one of the investigated?
If you test positive for a mutation, you have it in all of your oocytes.
All of your cells. Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
because you test from your blood, so it's in your gene.
All right, thank you.